Good morning. Myself, Manoj Bundela, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyan Bihar University, Jaipur. So, we are discussing about the production technology of vegetable and spices. In this, we are discussing the production technology of tomato. So, in last class, we discussed the introduction about the tomatoes, from where it is introduced, origin, distribution, uses, health benefit, area, production, taxonomy, different varieties, different varieties of tomato, determinate, indeterminate type of varieties of tomato, and varieties released from the different institutions, then climatic conditions, seed rate, season, land preparation, nursery bed preparation, mulching, planting time, irrigation, drip irrigation method, weed control, staking, harvesting and post-harvest management, maturity indices. Till that we are discussed. So today we will continue with grading. So tomato fruits are graded based on the color, size, and degree of ripening or stage of maturity. So based on color, I already told you based on the color they are graded according to the means red color, half red color or turning stage for complete red color. Green stage, turning stage and red stage. Size small size tomato, medium size tomato and big size tomato. Degree of ripening, stage of maturity means how much time it will take for maturity. Means complete red tomato means it will ripen early. Pack the fruits separately according to the grade before sending them to the market. The Bureau of Indian Standard has specified our four grades. First is super, second one is first is super A, super fancy and commercial. So these are the four grades. Normally it is given by the Bureau of Indian Standard. Super A, super fancy and commercial. Storage: the tomato can be stored in low temperature and evaporative cool storage. The best storage temperature is 12 to 15 degrees centigrade. When stored at freezing point, the tomatoes show low temperature injury. Means if we store is low temperature means it causes the low temperature injuries. Best storage temperature is 12 to 15. The mature green fruits can be kept for as long as 30 days at 10 degrees centigrade to 15 degrees centigrade. Ripe tomatoes can be kept for 10 days at 4.5 degrees centigrade temperature. The recommended relative humidity is 85 to 90%. When we go for storage, then the relative humidity is 85 to 90. Tomato can be stored under normal conditions 7 to 10 days. Means in normal condition also we can store it for the 7 to 10 days. And the best storage temperature is 12 to 15 degrees centigrade temperature. If the temperature is less than 12 degrees centigrade, there is a cause of leaching injury. And if it is a more than 15 degrees centigrade temperature, then there is a hot temperature injury. Is total production. Generally, most of the varieties are ready for first picking in 75 to 80 days after transplanting. Means from nursery we have to transplant into the main field. Right? It will take after that 75 to 85 days. So if we see the yield in ton per hectare in tomato, in open field we will get the 50 ton per hectare yield. In greenhouse condition we will get the 150 tons per hectare of yield. So in greenhouse condition the yield will be more as compared to the open field. This is you can see the yield of tomato, fruits of tomato. Next is physiological disorder of tomato. So physiological disorder is also very important in tomato. So first physiological disorder is blossom and rot. The brown water soaked Discoloration appears at the blossom end of the fruits, where the sensing petals are attracted petals are attached while the fruits is still green. The spores enlarge and darken rapidly, and the affected portion of fruits become shrunken, leathery, and dark color. This disorder may occur due to the suddenly change in the rate of transpiration, especially in the moisture stress condition. The region of blossom and dot is suddenly changing in the rate of respiration. Continuously high evaporation, continuously high evapotranspiration, regime and large leaf area, increasing level of nitrogen content in the fruit. If the nitrogen content in the fruits will be increased. The blossom end rot was soft discoloration appears on the blossom end of the fruit. This is the symptoms we can identify the blossom end rot. In the blossom end of the fruits, the discoloration will be appears. And the reason of this is what means moisture stress condition, those are high evapotranspiration and increasing the level of nitrogen. How we can control this disorder is controlled by the increasing the frequency of irrigation. So we have to increase the frequency of irrigations. Judicial fertilizer application increase in the level of phosphate fertilizers application decline the incidence of disorders. Judicial fertilizers application increase in the level of phosphate fertilizers application decline the incidence of this disorder. Liming decrease the incidence. If we apply the lime, it will decrease the incidence. Single foliar spray of 0.5% calcium chloride at the time of fruit development. So we can spray the calcium chloride. Calcium chloride 0.5%. Liming we can decrease the incidence and judicial application of fertilizers. And we can increase the frequency of irrigation to control the erosion. Next is fruit cracking. Two types of fruit cracking are seen. Radial cracking, where the surface of the mostly fully ripe fruit cracks rapidly from the stem end of the fruits, and concentric cracking, where the surface of mostly mature green fruit cracks concentric- concentrically around the shoulders of the fruits. The radial cracking is more common and causes greater losses than the concentric cracking. Cracking may occur due to irrigation and rainfall after long dry spell. Means after long dry spell, suddenly if we apply the water, the cracking will be occurs. Exposure of the fruits to the sun due to pruning and staking. When we go for pruning of the fruit, when we go staking of the fruit, that time the fruits is directly exposed to the sunlight. So that time also it causes the fruit cracking. Boron deficiency. Due to deficiency of boron, genetic factors which is reported to be inherited only genetically. Genetic character which is reported to be inherited only genetically. So these are the major reasons of the fruit cracking. Main is boron deficiency, and after we apply the cracking, also two types are there. One is radial cracking and second one is concentric cracking. So how we can control irrigation at regular intervals means after long dry spell we will not apply regularly. We have to supply the water. Pruning and staking during summer season should be avoided. Pruning and staking during the summer season is avoided. Spraying the seedling before transplanting with 0.3 to 0.4% borax solution. You will spray the borax 0.3 to 0.4% on the seedlings before transplanting. Growing resistance varieties. So, creating resistance varieties like Siox, Roma, Punjab, Johara, Usha Ruby, Latha Saurabh, and Punk T1. So, these are the varieties we can use to control the cracking. Fruit cracking, boron deficiency, borax. Next is puffiness, the outer wall of the grown-up fruits, two-thirds normal size, continues to develop normal but growth of the remaining internal tissue or placenta mesocarp is retarded, resulting in partial filled fruits, which is light in weight and lacks in firmness. Is what will happen due to the if the fertilization is not proper. So what will happen? The fruits will develop, but they are not completely developed. The inside of the fruits is empty, means the partial development of the fruits. The internal tissue placenta will not develop properly. That is called as puffiness. Puffiness means it is a mainly it is non-fertilization of the ovule, means fertilization of the ovule is not occur. If embryo abortion after normal fertilization means normal fertilization occur, but embryo abortion is occur. Due to that, also the inside part of the fruits will not develop. High temperature and high soil moisture are the primary factors responsible for this failure. If temperature is more, so then what will happen? The fruits will not develop properly, and high soil moisture will also cause the this disorder, puffiness. Control. Over-irrigation should be avoided. We will not go to apply the over-irrigation. Less nitrogen should be applied. Nitrogen also will not apply in large quantity. Boron should be applied. We have to spray the boron 0.3 to 0.4% borax we can spray to control this. Next is cat face. Deterioration, distortion of the blossom end of the fruit gives rise to various ridges, furrows, and indentation is in a localized area of the fruit. Catface is named due to these ridges and indentation. Means what will happen? The fruits looks like catface because of the there is one is the ridges will not develop at the blossom and the ridges are developed and there is a indentation. Due to that, the fruits will look like catfish. So it is called as catfish disorder. Unfruitfulness. Temperature partially. A night temperature has performed a profound effect on the fruit setting in tomato. Night temperature will play important role in fruit setting in tomato. High day temperature above 32 and high night temperature above 20. This in day also temperature is above 32 and night also temperature is above 20. Is not congenial for the fruit set of tomato. On the other hand, fruits normally fail to set at or below 30 degrees centigrade. Below 30 degrees centigrade, fruits will not set. Above 32, I already told you that temperature is more, that time also fruit will not set. Both high and low temperature adversely affect the fruit set. Due to the high and low temperature, the fruit set will be affected, mainly by reducing the pollen viability and pollen germination in the stigma. Due to that, what will happen? Both the high and low temperatures adversely affect the fruit set, mainly by reducing the pollen viability and pollen germination on the stigma. Control. Growing high temperature tolerant varieties like HS102, Punjab Kesar, Punjab Chowhara, Hot Set etc. So these varieties, these are resistant to pathogens. Growing of low temperature tolerant varieties like Pusa Sital, Cold Set. These are low temperature tolerant varieties. Application of growth substance like parachlorophenoxy acetic acid (PCPA) becomes parachlorophenoxy acetic acid 50 ppm at full bloom stage at 2 to 4, 2 or 240 as 1 to 2 ppm prior to emphasis. We can apply to control the unfruitfulness. Next is gold flake. In the fruit surface around the calyx and fruit shoulders, the tiny yellow spots often appears, which are called as gold flake. Gold flake means that the tiny yellow spots often appears, means calyx of the fruit shoulders, the tiny yellow spots will appear. That is called as gold flake. These gold flakes appears due to the deposition of calcium oxalate. The gold flakes is developed due to the deposition of calcium oxalate. with high incidence. If we apply the high number of calcium oxalate, fruits become non-attractive and their shelf life is also reduced. Cold flex means if we can see it is not attractive and the shelf life of the fruit is reduced. The increased magnesium concentration in the fruits. Due to this, the magnesium concentration is increased. Silvering. Silvering. This disorder affects the stem, leaves, and flowers. Stem, leaves, and flowers. In this, in the stem, silvering, gray-green strips of varying number and width appears. These disorders may be caused due to the exposure of plants to low temperature less than 21 degrees centigrade for some time. These disorders affect the stem, leaves, and flowers. In the stem, silvering gray-green strips of varying number and width are appears. This disorder may be caused due to the exposure of the fruits to the low temperature, less than 21 degrees centigrade temperature. Silvering. Pithy stem. The large air space are formed in the pith accompanied by the increase in the abscisic acid level in the leaves. Next is pest and disease. These are the pests like aphid ticks, whiteflies, leaf miner, pinhole, fruit borer. Disease like damping of early blight, late blight, vegetarian wilt, bacterial wilt, and mosaic. So first is tips, Tapasi management. Tips is mechanical approach of disease plant. Normally tips they will cause the viral disease. And viral disease are only we have to take the plant, uproot the plant and destroy it. No other options we can use. We have to control the insects because they are transmitted by the insect like thrips. So yellow sticky traps we can use 15 traps per hectare. Release the larva of we can use this Cryptoperilla cornea. A predator we can use 10,000 per hectare. Spray the methyl dimetone 25 EC at the rate of 1 liter per hectare or dimethyl 30 EC 1 liter per hectare we can use to control the trips. Serpentine leaf miner. Serpentine leaf miner means you can see the leaf like you can see the snake is there, snake with the in leaf like this you can see the symptoms. Make leaf miner damage you can see here. Mining of the leaves you can see the mining in the leaves and after that the drying of the leaves will be started. It is a very common. So the management of this is collect and destroy the man leaves. We have to collect the leaves and destroy this and spray the NSKE at period of 5% neem seed kernel extract we can spray to control the leaf miner, serpentine leaf miner. Whitefly, Bemisia tabasi. So whitefly it will damage the fruits means normally it cause the viral disease. So viral disease means it will cause the fruit damage, silvering damage, like you can see tomato leaf curling will start. Leaf curling will be start like this you can see in diagram curling of the leaf will start. Management uproot and destroy the diseased leaf for the plants. Use the nitrogen and irrigation judicially. Use the yellow sticky trap we can use the carbofuran 3G 40 kg per hectare or spray the dry method 30C to control this. It will also spread the viral disease. And viral disease we not have any control. We just we control by the uproot the plant and destroy the plant or we have to control the insects. Pinworm. Pinworm means symptoms you can this is the pinworm. So you can see the symptoms in leaf. Starting starting it is look like this. After that the drying of the leaves will be start. Means leaves will be start drying and it's a complete drying of the leaves. In fruits also the pinhole will be developed on the fruits. So they will damage the inside the fruits. These are the symptoms of pinhole. Management collect and destroy the pinworm affected plants and fruits. Means whatever the plant is affected by pinworm or the fruits are affected, just we collect and destroy them. Avoid the solanaceous crop after tomato. So we not apply the solanaceous because it will spread into the dead crop also. Use healthy seedling for transplanting. Keep pheromone traps. We can use the pheromone traps. Spray the we can spray the endogenous carbon. You can spray or you can prepare the new formulation as a directive. You can spray to control the pinhole. The major management practices collect the plant and destroy the plant. Fruit borer, Heliconia major, you can see it will bore the fruits. The borer means it will enter into the fruits and the larva will enter into the fruits and it will take out the, like this you can see the symptoms. Means it will come out, ooze will come out from the fruits. So this is the symptoms of fruit borer. It is transmitted by Heliconia albigera. Management, growing of the tap crop, meaning 40 days old American tall marigold to 25 days old tomato seedlings. Means normally to control the fruit borer we can use a trap crop. Trap crop means that trap. What do you mean by trap crop? Trap crop you can use marigold. Marigold means that in fruit borer insect first it will damage the marigold, after that it will damage the main crop. So if we use the trap crop outside of our field, so what will happen? The Alicore palmigera, it will eat the marigold only. It will not damage the our main crop. So one next to 16 seedlings we can use for the trap crop. Set up a pheromone trap we can use, schedule we can use to control the fruit borer. May get collection and destruction of damaged fruit and growing in the caterpillars. We have to collect the caterpillars and damage them. Release the trichoderma we can release for bacillus thuringiensis 2 gram per liter of water we can release to control this. Next is damping off. So damping off is mainly comes in the seedling stage. When we prepare the nursery, that time damping off is the major problem. So this is the you can see the symptoms of damping. This is the seedlings and the stem of the seedlings will be start drying like this. Here it is look like yellow in color and the stem will be start drying and the plants will be fall down. The management use the rest seed beds normally it is mainly due to the if we apply the more amount of water or it is maybe to the PTM also. So PTM is the major problem. So we can use the rest bed, dense the copper oxychloride or borax mixer. We can use any fungicides we can use the borax mixer, we can use seed treatment with fungal culture. We can treat the seed with iron, 3 gram per kg of the seeds only prevents the measure to control the pre-emergence of damping. So this is called as pre-emergence damping. So it is mainly controlled by using the fungicides like Thyron we can use 3 gram per kg of the seedling. Next is early blight. Early blight is mainly to the Alternaria solani. So Alternaria solani means early symptoms means the plants will start drying. The affected plants at adverse stage, the complete plant will start drying. Starting the leaf will start drying, then complete plant will start drying. Concentric rings on the infected plant. So it will develop the concentric ring. Like these rings will develop on the plant stem. This is the stem of the plant. Concentric ring will be developed. Management, removal and destruction of the crop debris means we have to collect the debris and destroy that. Practicing crop rotation helps to minimize the. Normally, we will go for crop rotation because if we grow the same crop in our field, it will be affected more. So we have to go for crop rotation. Spray the crop with mancozeb 0.2% for effective disease control. We can use the mancozeb 0.2% to control the disease. Late blight, Phytophthora infestans. So late blight it is mainly occurs in the leaf also and fruits also. In the lower part of the leaves will look like this, and in fruits the symptoms will look like this. Means the drying of this leathery drying of the fruits will be start. The affected plants will be removed and destroyed. Practicing the crop rotation help to minimize the disease. We can use the crop minimize by the we can use the crop rotation. Dense the copper oxychloride 0.2% or borax mixture we can use 1% to control the lead blight of potato, lead blight of tomato. It is also comes in potato also. Phytophthora infestans. The affected plants will be look like this. It will complete dying of the plant will start. Fusarium bee, Fusarium oxysporum. Physiorium oxysporum, the affected plants will be, you can see the symptoms. The plants, affected plants will be like drying of the complete plant will be started. So you can see in this, the drying of the complete plant is started in Fusarium will. Complete destruction of the plant. Management, the affected plants will be removed and destroyed first. Sport drench with carbondazim we can use, or crop rotation with non-bush crop. We can use the crop rotation, or we can use the carbondazim to control the Fusarium wilt. Next is bacterial wilt. So bacterial wilt means Relestonia solanaceae. The infected plants will be like look like this. Means the drying of the leaves, curling of the leaves will be started. So management we can go for crop rotation with cowpea, maize, cabbage we can use, okra, cowpea, maize, cowpea, maize we can use, intermediate eggplant we can use are effective to control the bacterial wilting tomato. Means we can use the solanaceous vegetable. Other than solanaceous we can use the other crops so that it will control them. Use of disease resistance varieties Alka Alpha, Alka Aluk, Alka Raksha. So these are the disease resistance varieties we can grow. Mosaic, tomato mosaic virus (TMV). So TMV means the curling of the leaves will be started. So the plant affected leaves looks like this. White. The color of the leaves is starting with green color. The color of the leaves will be changed to the whitish color, and the curling of the leaves will be started. Use of disease-free seeds and seedlings. Crop rotation with non-host crop. Soaking of the seeds in solution of Trisodium phosphate 90 grams per liter of water a day before sowing. Spray imidacloprid 0.05% or dimethoate 0.05% to control the vector. Tomato mosaic virus. Next is leaf curl virus. The tomato leaf curl virus. The tomato leaf curl virus foliar symptoms. The leaf will be look like this viral leaf. Once the size of the leaves will be reduced and if the curling of the leaves will be start. Yellowing between the veins will be start yellowing, and the upward curling of the margin means the margin of the leaves will be start upward curling, and leaf curl symptom, the curling of the leaves will be started. So these are the symptoms of leaf curl virus. Then management. Keep the yellow sticky trap 12 per hectare to control the white fly. So we can use the yellow sticky trap to control the leaf curl virus. It is transmitted by the white flies. Rise the barrier crop cereals around the field. You can grow the barrier crops. Spray the imidacloprid 0.5% for time between 0.5% to control the white flies. So this is all. So this all are calculated taken from the textbook of vegetable, tubercle and spice, tamburas and naranjas and vegetables. Thank you all. So this is all about the tomato crops. Thank you. Good morning to all. Myself Manoj Kumar Bundela, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. So we are discussing about the production technology of vegetable and spices. In production technology of vegetable and spices, first crop we have started, that is production technology of tomato. So in last class we discussed about the introduction about the tomato, history of the tomato, origin, distribution, nutrient content of tomato, importance and uses, health benefit of tomato, pigmentation in tomato, area and production, export demand, taxonomy, classification of the tomatoes, botanical description of the tomatoes, flowers, and according to the means growth habit, there are two types of tomatoes. That is also we are discuss varieties. We are discussing the varieties. In varieties, we discuss these all varieties. These are the diagrams of varieties. Then rainy season varieties resistant to biotic and abiotic stress. That is also we are discussed, and we will start from here. IAHS Bangalore, Indian Agri IAHS Bangalore related varieties means varieties which are released from IAHS. So first is Rasmi. Rasmi is tolerant to Fusarium and Verticillium wilt. Rupali. It is mainly grown in high temperature area. IAHS 88.2. It is tolerant to Fusarium, Verticillium and root nematode. Naveen, this is a fresh variety, fresh market. It is mainly grown for the fresh market. IAHS 88.3. It is Karnataka, Rajni, Vaishali, Sweetheart, Marurals, Crown Wonder. Mycoseeds MTH4, Sadabahar, Gulmohur, Bezos Private Limited, Meenakshi and Talsotar. So these are the varieties released from IAHS Bangalore. Next is varieties suitable for protected cultivation. So tomato is mainly grown in greenhouse, in polyhouse, in protected structure because it will give more yield polyhouse. All that indeterminate, like I already told you, all the indeterminate type of varieties, they are more suitable for growing in protected cultivation, like Kusha Ruby, Kusa Selection 120, Angur Lata, Pant Bahar, Pant T3, Vishal Lalit, Arka Abha, Kusha Divya. So these are the varieties which are mainly suitable for the protected cultivation. So they are all indeterminate and determinate type of varieties. Cultivation cultivars in some countries of the world. Prima tomato cultivation from the Hungary suitable for high density planting. Popu 1987 from Romania suitable for canning purpose. Violetka reported from Morocco. Red Rose reported from Hong Kong. It has excellent taste and resistant to rusting and cracking. Excellent transport quality. So Red Rose is mainly grown from the reported in Hong Kong and it have good excellent transport quality. Next is climate. So as we already know that tomato is a warm season crop. Warm season crop means the optimum temperature required for its cultivation is 20 to 24 degrees centigrade temperature. It's required. We already discussed this. If the temperature is below 10 degree and more than 30 or 40 degree, there is a no color development. The optimum temperature is 15 to 20 for the fruit set. For fruit set, it requires 15 to 20 degrees centigrade temperature. The temperature below 16 or above 27 are not desirable. Below 16 and above 27. The ideal temperature for development of the red color and yellow color is 18 to 25. 18 to 25 is the ideal temperature for the color development, red or yellow color. Lycopene, which is responsible for red color, is highest at 21 to 24 degrees centigrade temperature, while the production of the pigment drop off rapidly at above 27 degrees centigrade. Means 21 to 24 degrees centigrade temperature is best for the pigment development, for the red color development. And the temperature is above 27 is not suitable. So this is the effect of temperature. So the optimum temperature is 15 to 20 degree. Temperature below 16 and above 27 are not desirable. The ideal temperature for development of red and yellow color is 18 to 25 degrees centigrade. Lycopene, which is responsible for the red color, is highest at 21 to 24 degrees centigrade, while the production of pigment is drop off rapidly above 27 degrees centigrade temperature. Soil. It grows well in all kind of soil. For early growth, a sandy loamy soil is best. For higher yield, heavy soil rich in organic matters are preferred. The pH should be 6 to 7. It is moderately tolerant to acid soil. Means it is grown in almost all type of soil. Sandy loamy soil is the best. And the pH of the soil is 6 to 7, and moderately acidic soil means if the pH is less than 5.5 means it is not so much suitable for growing of the tomato. This infection of soil. So before we have to grow the soil, we have to disinfect the soil because some microorganisms, larvae, pupas, soil, egg, they are present inside the soil. So before sowing of the crop, before we go for transplanting of the crop from nursery to the main field, we have to expose the soil to the sunlight. That is called as soil solarization we have to do, or we can spray the methyl bromide and formalin we can spray to control the Phytophthora pythium. These are the Phytophthora pythium we can control by soil solarization, methyl bromide and formalin. Seed rate. For open pollinated variety, the seed rate is 300 to 400 gram per hectare. 300 to 400 gram per hectare is suitable for the nursery raising. Normally, first we prepare the nursery, then we go for first we prepare the nursery, then we go for transplanting into the main field. So for nursery, if we are growing the varieties, then it is 300 to 400 gram. If we are growing the hybrids, then it is 125 175 gram. The pH is 125 to 175 gram if we grow the hybrids. Time of planting. Tomato can be grown in any season as it is a day neutral plant. Three crops are taken in an area which are not affected by the frost. Normally, tomato is grown in all season, and if the frost is not the major problem, there we can take the three crops also. Means in 1 year we can take the three crops also. In once the kharif crop transplanted in July. Kharif crop means normally we prepare the nursery in the starting of the June, and after 1 month we have to transfer it to the main field. Means July we have to go for transplant in middle of July. Rabi in October November month. In Rabi means October November month we go for transplanting into the main field. Seed treatment. Seed is treated with the fungicides like Capton or Thyron. We can use 2 gram per kg of the seeds. Normally we prepare the 2 gram solution, and 2 gram per kg of seed solution we have to make, and we will dip the seeds into that solution. That is called a seed treatment. So that is normally done to control the damping off, because damping off is the major problem in nursery. So for that we have to go for seed treatment. Season. So seed sowing in plains is done thrice during a year. For rainy and autumn crop, the seeds are sown in the month of June and July. For rainy and autumn crop, the seeds are sown in the month of June and July. And autumn and winter season, the seeds are sown in the month of September, October, and in spring and summer crop, the seeds are sown in the month of January, February. So in general, we can say for Kharif crop, the sowing time is June, July. For Rabi crop, September, October, and for Zaid crop, it is January to February. So these are the three seasons we have to sow the seeds. Means in 1 year, three times we can sow the seeds. Three crops we can take. In hills, the seed sown depends upon the elevation of the place. On lower hills, the seeds are sown at the Feb to March, while on the higher hills, the month of March to April. Because in higher hill means that time there is a snowfall is there and temperature is very low. The seeds will not germinate in that temperature. So normally in higher hills we have to sow the seeds later, means the month of March, February to March. But in lower hills we can sow in the February to March and to April. This is the season. Next we will go to the land preparation and planting. So before transplanting the seeds into the main field, we have to go for preparation of the land. So we have to go for harrowing. We have to harrow. We can use. We can prepare the beds, and in beds we have to transplant the seeds. So first we apply the FIM. FIM normally 25 ton per hectare is applied before the last plowing. Before we go for last plowing, then we have to apply neem cake to be applied. 100 kg is applied before the plowing. Means before plowing we have to apply the neem cake, and we have to apply the FIM. Raised bed for 120 centimeter width. So after that we will prepare the raised bed. This the bed size is 120 centimeter. Nursery bed preparation. Land is first plowed with the soil turning plow, followed by 4 to 5 plowing with the country plow or harrow we use. The leveling should be done after plowing and bring the soil into fine tilth, and also provide better drainage facilities. At the time of soil preparation, rising the planting bed above ground level facilitate the drainage during rainy season. So first we have to go for leveling. First we apply the FIM, then mix it. After that we go for plowing. Then we go for leveling of the soil. After leveling we have to prepare the beds for transplanting. Normally this all done during this is the bed preparation. So bed preparation means the height of the bed is normally we will take the height is 50 centimeter height we will take. The diameter of the bed is diameter of the normally we will take the total length of the bed is 15 into 10 meter, means 530 meters. 1 kg mulch will be cover the 43 meter square area. Total mulch required is 12.3 kg. Mulching. Mulching is used to increase the temperature. What is the importance of mulch? So mulch has so many importance. Mulch means it will increase the temperature of the soil so that what will happen, whatever the larvae are present in the soil, they will die. It will suppress the weed growth. Means it will like if we are growing the mulch, so here where in this area the weeds will not grow. So it will control the weeds also, conserve the moisture because sunlight will directly come in contact with the soil. So whatever the directly come in contact with the soil. So whatever the weeds that is grown in these area, it will not grow, and what is the moisture present in that, it will be water will not get evaporate. So that is the major benefit of the mulch. Means increase the temperature, it will reduce the weed growth and conserve the soil. So crops normally thickness of the mulch and increase the yield. If we take the 25 micron mulch if we take, so it will increase the 45 to 50% of the yield because there is, if we use that we have to apply the less water we will apply. We have weed growth are not there, so we not need the labels because labels charges more, labels will go to the field and they will do the weeding and all. So that is also costly process. So that also we can save by using of this mulching. Organic mulches like straw can reduce the soil temperature during the summer season. However, plastics are used to increase the soil temperature during the winter season for the maintain the optimum temperature which is required for the fruit growth and flowering, fruiting and quality of the fruits. So we can use the organic mulch also we can use, and we can use the plastic mulch we can use. So normally the organic mulches we can use in the month of summer season because in summer season we have to reduce the soil temperature because summer season temperature is already more, so we have to reduce the soil temperature, so we can use the plastic, we can use the straw, we can use organic mulch we use. But in case of winter season the temperature is less, so we have to increase the soil temperature. So in that case we can use the black mulch because black mulch they will absorb the sunlight and they will increase the soil temperature, and if that it will maintain the temperature of the soil and it will increase the quality of the fruits flowering and fruiting. Quality seedling production. So quality seedling production normally first we prepare the nursery bed, and in nursery bed we have to select an area that is protected nursery. We have to select nursery area is covered with 50% of the shade net. Normally we use the shade net we use, that is the, the shade net will reduce the temperature. The seedling are raised in pro trays with sterilized cocoa pit. If we are growing the seedlings in pro tray, so first we have to sterilize the cocoa pit. After that we have to sow the seeds. 100 gram of tomato 100 gram of tomato seeds is required for production of seedling for the 1 hectare. So for 1 hectare area we require the 100 gram of hybrid tomato seeds. We already told you hybrid means 100 to 125 gram is sufficient. 20